Hello everyone, welcome to Zoho Sheets webinar. I'm Jaya Shankari, the product marketer for Zoho Sheet, and I'll be the host for today's session. So in this webinar, we'll be looking into pivot tables in Zoho Sheet and how you can use them to consolidate and study large data in your spreadsheet. Let's get started. So this is the agenda for today's session. That is, first we look into a short introduction about Zoho Sheet, the product itself, and then we'll jump into the topic for today's session, that is pivot table. And finally, we look into a demonstration of how pivot tables can be created and used inside Zoho Sheet. So why Zoho Sheet? For those of you who are not familiar with Zoho Sheet, it is an online spreadsheet application that provides you with a perfect blend of analytical features such as functions, pivot tables, charts, etc., and collaboration features such as sharing, real-time editing, commenting, etc. And all these basic and advanced features are provided free of cost without any restrictions. In Zoho Sheet, your files are saved on the cloud, which means you can view and access your files from anywhere using any device without being stuck to one particular hardware device. Zoho Sheet is also available on iOS and Android applications, so you can work on your spreadsheets on the go using your smartphones. So coming to this session's topic, pivot tables in Zoho Sheet. What is the benefit of having rows and rows of data if you cannot derive any conclusions from them or if you cannot study that data? Pivot tables help you consolidate and study those large data in your spreadsheet. You can also choose to summarize and consolidate this data with desired functions such as sum, count, average, etc. And Zoho Sheet also provides you with the ability to create pivot charts from this consolidated data so you can visualize them graphically too. Now let's jump into the demonstration and see how we can create and use pivot tables in Zoho Sheet. So this is the sample spreadsheet I'm going to use for this demonstration. So first up, we have a sales data that has a daily sales report. So you can see that it contains date, region, product category, the name of the product, the name of sales representatives, the amount of sales that has happened, and the amount of profit. As you can notice, this data is really vast with hundreds and hundreds of rows, and it is really hard for you to derive any conclusions from it or even study it. So now let's create a pivot table for this data set and see how we can consolidate and study this data set. So first up, I'm going to create a pivot table using which I can study the region-wise sales of each product category. Now just place the selection anywhere in the data set. So Zoho Sheet will auto-detect the data in your sheet. And go to data and click pivot table. So that will open up a dialog where you can select the location where you want to place the pivot table. So you have two choices given. One is you can place it in a new worksheet or you can place it in the same sheet. Now I'm going to place it in the same sheet here. So once I click on existing sheet, it gives me a field where I can give the cell range where I want to place it. So I'm just going to select this cell here and click OK. So that will open up the pivot table builder for me. On the right, you can see the panel. And on the left, you can see an image indication that shows where my table is going to be placed once it's built. So coming to the pivot table builder here, on top, you can see that all the column headers from my table have been detected as field names here. So from this list, I can simply drag and drop these fields into these boxes given here to build my table. As I had previously mentioned, we are going to build a table to see the region-wise sales of each product category. So the three fields we are going to use are region, product category, and sales. So now I want the region to be given as row data for my table. So I'm just going to drag and drop region into row. And on the left, you can see that once I've dragged and dropped the field into row, on the left, you can see that the table starts getting generated. So here the region is falling as rows for my table. Similarly, I'm going to drag and drop product category into row as well. So on the left, you can see that we have got the region column where the regions have fallen as rows. Similarly, we have the product category column where the categories have been entered as row data. As you can notice, there is a data missing in the table because we have not yet used the sales field here. So I'm going to drag and drop sales into data box here. because sales is what is going to be the data by which we are going to consolidate the table. So once I've dragged and dropped sales into the data box, you can see that it has taken a default function that is sum. You can also choose to change the function by which the data is being consolidated in the table. You can see a small arrow mark here. So once you click on that, that will open up two options for you. So here in this drop down, you can select the function by which you want to consolidate the table. So here using this drop down, you can choose the function by which you want to consolidate your tabular data. So now I'm just going to leave it as sum because I want the total sales that have happened per region based on the product category. If you want another function, you can select from this list. Also, you can see another drop down here at the bottom. So using this, you can choose the format in which you want to display the tabular data, either as numerical values or even percentage values. So now on the left, you can see that the pivot table we wanted to build is ready. So you can see the region, the product category, and the total sales being listed for me. So now I can see the consolidated data from the whole data set that we saw originally. So this is more clear and we can actually derive conclusions from this table. So now that our pivot table is ready, let's start customizing it. So here you can see the customize tab in the side panel. So just click on it. And on the top, you can find three different options. So the first is subtotals. And then we have the row grand total and column grand total. So these are checked by default, meaning that they will be displayed in the table by default. But you can also choose to hide them if you want. So subtotals are nothing but these totals you can see here in the table. So we have three different regions from our data, that is Central, East and West. So this table gives me the total sales that has happened in each region. So that is, you can see a row here called Central total, East total and West total. So apart from that, at the bottom, you can see that we have a grand total value that is being given. So that is nothing but the sum of the total sales that have happened in all the three regions. So if you want to hide these subtotal values, you can just uncheck this option here and you can see that those subtotals just got hidden. So I'm just going to display it now. Similarly, you can choose to hide the grand total if you want, or even the grand total column. So in this table, we do not have a grand total column that is being displayed since we have only a single column that contains numerical values. We'll see how the grand total column will be displayed in the next data set. So now moving on to the color theme for the table. Zoho Sheet provides you with 6 predefined color themes using which you can customize your table. So now I'm just going to select theme 2. So that changes the color of the table. And I'm just going to change the format in which it is being displayed to. So I'm going to choose this style here. So on the left, you can see that the styling of my table has totally changed. So this way you can make sure that the table style matches with your spreadsheet and also makes it clearer. So and finally at the bottom, you can see 4 different options here. So the first option is move. If you want to change the position of your pivot table, if you want to relocate it to another new worksheet or another cell range in the same sheet, you can use this option. Similarly, if you want to duplicate the table that you've created, you can use the copy option here. And it will also give you the option to select where you want to place the duplicated table, either in a new worksheet or in the same sheet. And then we have an option called refresh. So if there's any edit or update happening in the source data set, you can use this option called refresh to update the pivot table. You can see that there are 2 options given under refresh, that is refresh and refresh all. So clicking on refresh will update this particular pivot table that you've selected currently, whereas refresh all will update all the pivot tables that are present in the specific spreadsheet. And there's an option called delete, using which you can delete the pivot table. Please note that you cannot delete a pivot table using the delete key on your keyboard, but you'll have to use this option called delete that is present in the side panel. And finally, we have an option to create the pivot chart. All you have to do is just select the table and click this button called pivot chart, and the chart will be generated for you. So we'll see how we can do that in the next data set. For now, that is all about the customization options. So now that our table is ready, you can see that on top there are some drop-down icons that are present. So once you click on that icon, it will open up the filter drop-down for you. So you can choose to filter your pivot table based on the list that is provided here. So now let's say I want to view the sales for only the East region. So I'm just going to select East and choose filter. So you can see that the pivot table now displays the data only for East region and not the other regions. I'm just going to clear the filter now. So now our first pivot table is ready and it gives us the consolidated data about the region-wise sales of each product category. Now let's build another pivot table for the same data set using the date. So let's say I want to build a table that gives me the consolidated report about how my sales representatives have been performing over a period of time. So let's see how we can build it. So now I'm going to choose data and pivot table. Now let's choose a location for the second pivot table. Just place it here and click OK. So as we saw in the previous table, the builder is all set and ready for us to start building the table. So the three fields that we're going to use are date, sales rep, and sales. So first, I'm just going to drag and drop date into row. So on the left, you can see the table getting generated simultaneously as I drag and drop the fields into the respective boxes. And second will be the sales rep field into row again. So on the left, you can see that the table is giving me the daily date along with the sales representative names. But this is not exactly what I wanted because this is what the original data set is also giving me. So now I'll have to consolidate this table based on certain period of time. So let's see how we can do that. Here in the date field, you can find a small arrow mark. So clicking on that will open up a list of ways by which you can consolidate the date. So you can choose to either view the data based on the year, quarter, month, day, week, quarter by year, or even month by year. So now I'm going to choose quarter by year because I want the quarters to be separated based on the years too. So I'll just choose quarter by year. And on the left, you can see how the data changes. So here you can notice that we have got quarter 1 of 2014, quarter 2 of 2014, etc. and so on it goes. So this is more clear for me and I can see what exactly has happened in each quarter per year. So now we have the date and sales rep data ready. So all we have to do is insert the next data we want to consolidate the table by. That is the sales value. So I'm just going to drag and drop sales into data here. So as you can notice, we have got the default function as sum. So I'm going to leave it as such because I want the total sales value. So on the left, you can see that we have got the desired table generated for us. As we just saw, pivot tables are very easy to create and customize too. So now let's go to the next data set. So in this sheet, you can see the ticket numbers being listed along with the support staff who are responsible for those tickets, the product to which the ticket is targeted, and the status of the particular customer ticket. So usually we receive customer support tickets on a daily basis or even a hourly basis, and it's really hard to keep track of them. Using pivot tables, you can consolidate and view how your support staff are performing or how many tickets are still pending in each product. So now let's see how we can do that. Let's go to data, pivot table, choose a place and OK. So on the right, we have the builder ready. So now we're going to build a table to see how our support staff are performing. So for that, we'll be using the fields support staff and status. So let's see how we can start building. So my row data will be support staff here. So you can see the names of the support staff being listed on the left. And now we're going to drag and drop status field into column. So you might be wondering why I went with column for the status field. That's because we have 3 different statuses, that is open, closed and in progress. So placing it as a column will make the table look better and easier to study. So now that we have the support staff and status ready, we'll have to choose a data using which the table has to be consolidated. So here to study the performance of the support staff, I'll have to go with the data called status. So I'll have to know how many tickets have been closed, are in progress or are left open for each sales rep. So now the data for me will be the status field. I'm just going to drag and drop it here. So in the previous data set, we saw that the default function was taken as sum. And here you can see that count of status is being taken for me for this table, because that is what is needed here. I want the total count of tickets that are still open, closed, or in progress for each support staff. Now, if you want to change the function, you can do that anytime using the drop down here. So on the left, you can see that the pivot table is ready and it gives me the consolidated data about the performance of each support staff. So now let's make another small addition to this table. What if I want to filter out this particular data based on each product? So for that, all you have to do is drag and drop this product field into filter. So on the left, you can see that a product header has been added along with the filter icon. So once you click on that filter icon, it will show the list of products from your data set. So you can choose to filter the pivot table based on the products too. Now let's say I want to see how the support staff have been performing for the product projects. So I'm just going to select projects here and choose filter. So you can see that the table just changed, indicating that this particular updated table is giving me the consolidated data for the project's product alone. So this way you can choose to view the table based on each product. So this filter will act as a filter for the whole consolidated table. And as I had previously mentioned, you can see there's a grand total column here at the right. So we have 3 columns of numerical values given, and then you have a grand total column at the right. So you can even choose to hide this grand total column using this option here on the right. So now that we have our table ready, let's see how we can build a pivot chart. So all you have to do is just select the table and click on this option called pivot chart. So in just a single click, Zoho Sheet will generate the pivot chart for you. So as you can see, the chart is ready here and it gives me the info about the support staff here and how many tickets each are having and the status of those tickets. And here on the right, you can see that the chart displays a small widget using which you can filter out the data in your chart. So now let's just position the chart here so we can view the table and the chart simultaneously. I'll just close the side panel. So using this widget here on the right, you can filter out the data for your chart. So let's say we want to see the performance of certain support staff alone. So for that, we can just choose the name of the support staff. Let's say Carla and John, and click on filter. So once you do that, you can see that the chart changes based on the selected criteria. And similarly, the table above also changes based on the filtered criteria. So this way, if you're viewing a pivot chart, you need not go to the pivot table to filter out data. You can simply filter out data in the chart and that will be reflected on the table. So I'll just clear it out now. So customizing these pivot charts are similar to how you can customize a normal chart in Zoho Sheet. So just double click on the chart and the side panel will open on the right. Just click on the Customize tab and you can find the options with which you can customize the chart style. So now let's just add a title to the chart. So there we go. You can also choose to customize the legend, data label, series, axis, and the style of the chart. So I'll just close it for now. So far we have seen how we can create pivot tables, how we can customize them, and how we can generate a pivot chart using those tables. Now let's move on to the third data set. So in this sheet, we have the data about the daily signups and page views for each page URL. So if you are a digital marketer, you must be familiar with the data here. So page view and signup stats can be taken on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis. Now here we have a data that gives us the daily stats. So you can see the date column, the page URLs, page views, the source from which we've got the signups, that is organic, referral, and direct, the total signups, and the bounce rate. So in this sheet, we are not going to create a pivot table manually. Instead, we are going to get help from Zia. So we had introduced Insights by Zia earlier this year. So Zia is nothing but an AI-powered analytical assistant who will help you study and analyze your data. So all you have to do is place the selection anywhere in your data and choose the icon here on the right bottom. So once you click on that icon, a side panel will open up with a list of recommended charts, pivot tables, and insights about your data. You can also ask questions to Zia in plain English and receive answers. So here you can see that the side panel is showing charts and pivot tables from the data that you have selected currently. So here you can see the pivot table on top that gives you the total signups based on the page URL. And here we have another pivot table that is giving us the total signups from organic source based on the page URLs. So if you want to insert a pivot table from this panel, you can either use the plus icon here, or you can simply click and drag and drop your table to the desired cell range. So it's that simple to insert a pivot table from Zia. So this way you can save a lot of time that is spent on creating a pivot table. If you do not find the desired pivot table that you're looking for, you can still use the pivot table option inside the data menu. So that's all about pivot tables in Zoho Sheet. Do try creating a pivot table on your own or get help from Zia and let us know how it went. If you have any questions or feedback about pivot tables or Zoho Sheet in general, you can drop us an email at support@zohosheet.com anytime and we'll be happy to help. And if you have any feedback about this webinar, do let us know in the comments below. Thank you for joining me today for this webinar. Hope you found it useful. Do try creating a pivot table and let us know how it went. Thank you.